Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Collision. I am so tired. I spent the entire day moving to my new place, and honestly, I had no manpower, just myself, the kids, and my sister moving shit. And really, I could have used Beast Mortos. I could have used Powerhouse Hobbs or Ricky Starks because he ain't doing nothing. I could have used half that roster to come over and move me to my new place, but Tony Khan didn't book it, so it didn't happen. So we'll see what happens next time when I'm in need of some movers. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this show was taped, and I was kind of dreading that taped vibe, and it's exactly what that gave. We started off surprisingly with Jamie Hayter versus Saraya. Saraya's rules match, which pretty much means Saraya gets to do whatever the fuck she wants to do, and we're supposed to just be okay with it. Oh my god, I hated it. I hated it. They even bust out a whole VCR, and hit Jimmy Hayter with it. There was tables. There were what are the toy trucks and all this shit. Man, it was giving us, like, I guess a little bit of a hardcore match, and I honestly, whatever it was, I could not get with it. Now y'all know me, I love heels. I usually side with the heels, but I just didn't find this to be entertaining at all. So for me, I was just like, man, when is this gonna be fucking over? I didn't think it was strong enough to start the show off, but at least we got it out of the way by having it first. Jamie Hayter, despite being in a handicap match, ends up taking the win. And honestly, I'm done. I'm done. This whole thing, this Saraya's rules thing, better never happen again. I'm over it. Once again, they showed the clip of Will Ospreay and Ricochet little sit-down interview that's on YouTube that I keep forgetting to watch. And, Dynamite 5th anniversary is coming up on Wednesday. That's most likely going to be the main event of the show. I can't imagine anything else. And, they're trying to get us hyped up for the match. We all excited about it or whatever. But I wish, at least from the clips that I've seen, I wish I'd seen a little bit more aggressiveness from the both of them. They're both going into this as baby faces, and that's okay. But there's nothing wrong with being aggressive, especially when you want to get your hands on a title. Now, after this, the conglomeration versus the learning tree. I don't want to see any of these people, man. I don't want. Well, you know what, Mark Briscoe, Pastor Briscoe, we love you and everything, but I'm over it. I'm so over the whole thing with these guys. I don't know. I have no clue. I couldn't get into it. I thought that this was like, and I'm gonna just say this too because. I know everybody has like their little signature moves that they do and whatnot that everybody always waits for, but I just felt like as much as I love the conglomeration, why does it feel like I'm always watching the same match with them over and over again? It's like the same old thing, and it's kind of boring to me. And I do try to like them because, Pastor Briscoe over there and Kyle O'Reilly over there, but something about it is just not giving me what I want with this group. So I just really couldn't get behind it, especially when they're going against a learning tree. It's just like, all right, I'm just going to sit here and wait for this shit to be over. Now, I did think that Chris Jericho team was going to take the L when Mark Briscoe puts the learning tree on a fucking table and goes for a froggy bow. And when he goes for that, Jericho moves and Pastor Briscoe pretty much ate up the whole table at that point. And that's when things went left for the conglomeration. Chris Jericho and them took the win. Whoop-de-doo. And then, unfortunately, it seemed like, well, no, not that it seemed like, Chris Jericho had his eyes on the fucking Ring of Honor title. No, please don't do that, Tony Khan. Up next, we had Brody King. Lord have mercy. Brody King. Oh, Lord, he's my type. That's my type right there. Big dude, tattoos, beard. I love that. That's totally me right there. Anyway, again, he went against Action Andretti. Y'all already know from last night on Rampage. For a few of us that did see it, Action Andretti threw a water bottle at Brody, which is so elementary. It's so fucking elementary, but whatever. And they end up having a match. Now, this actually, I don't know why I felt surprised about this, but this was a squash. This was a squash. Action Andretti in a squash match, that kind of surprised me because honestly, I can't think of a time that I've ever seen Action Andretti squashing to anyone. Now you're thinking, okay, well, it's Brody, and I'm thinking that too, but something about it felt a little weird to me. Brody is just out there doing charity work, having a little match with Action Andretti. Action Andretti is once again being very ambitious once again, and he seems to be putting himself really really high when really, bro, you gotta come down a couple of notches. This was very quick, and I was very surprised about it. Top Flight and the whole group came out just to check up on their friend, but then guess who came out and attacks them? It was the Righteous. The Righteous of all people, and I could not believe it because I was just like, oh, we're doing something with them. We're doing something. I love the Righteous, and I would love to see them in a storyline. They can even join forces with fucking House of Black. Who knows? I really do like them. I don't know where they're going with this, but I bet you wherever this is going, it's going to Ring of Honor. Sad. Now, after this, Jackson Perry is driving through New York in that ugly ass bus. That honestly, I'm just wondering, like this, like y'all, he's legally allowed to have this piece of shit on the road. Whatever. I love it. I absolutely love it. Where he's actually driving through the actual place and then pulling up into that arena. He gets in there, he walks out. I love it, and I think it looks great in terms of presentation, but it also makes me have a little bit of hope, saying, okay, this is a company doing something like this for a young guy and really trying to make him feel like a big deal with an entrance like this. I really hope that this is something they can keep up every city that they go to. I think this is a really great look for Jackson Perry. Jackson Perry had his little open challenge, and I'm just like, oh, okay, let's see who it's gonna be. And it's Suzuki. Our murder grandpa has nothing else to do, so he ends up coming to New York and challenging our TNT champion. I didn't care for this. I felt like at times Jackson Perry, I don't know, something about it where I feel like Jackson Perry showing so much confidence, but then he gets into the ring with Suzuki and I'm seeing some fear and something about it I kind of didn't like. I wish he was a little bit more fearless in this match. But I can understand if the murder grandpa was in front of me, I also would be shitting bricks as well. Jackson Perry ends up taking the win. And yeah, he goes to continue to attack Suzuki, and that's when my boy Shibata comes out. Oh my god, I love him. I love me Shibata. He comes out and he saves our murder grandpa, and they even hug it out. That looks like maybe Shibata versus the scapegoat. I don't know. I hate when shit happen like that. Like, you always know someone's gonna go against someone because somebody came out to help somebody else, and it's just like, where's the fucking story? Like, for real, Jackson Perry, y'all making him seem like a big deal with the whole entrance and everything, and I like that. I'm cool with it, but we need more. Like, give us a storyline to really show who Jackson Perry is. I think the fans would really appreciate that. Tony Khan. Now, we had the trios titles on the line. We had Claudio Castagnoli, PAC, and Wheeler Yuta versus Private Party and Commander. I don't know, where's this team coming from? This is just like, we're just putting y'all together so we can have some minorities on the fucking TV show. I don't know, whatever. Now, look. Our boy Wheeler Yuta is still hurting and depressed. Wheeler, if you need somebody to drop you to your therapy appointments, give me a call. His team, they're not on the same page at all. Matter of fact, when the boys came out, Wheeler Yuta didn't even come out with them. Wheeler Yuta came like, I don't know, like 10 seconds later. He don't really, I mean, something about it where it's just like, they're part of the same group, but you don't feel like they're part of the same group because they got all this drama going on. And honestly, I like it. I really do. Now, throughout the match, you can tell that they're not all on the same page, but everybody's trying to do their part in somehow, some way. Private Party, they could have taken advantage of them not being able to be on the same page and probably take a W, but that didn't end up happening. There were times where it's just like Claudio was waiting for Wheeler Yuta to do the heel thing, and Wheeler Yuta's just turning around, turning his back towards them and pouting like a pouty bitch. Honestly, I like it. I love the drama. But Private Party and Commander ended up falling short. And Wheeler Yuta takes the win for the team for the cattle mutilation. I like this finisher for him. I really do. You can really see the influence of Danielson when you see Wheeler Yuta in the ring, especially since the whole fiasco thing happened at All Out. And I absolutely appreciate that. However, to make this whole thing take it up a notch with the drama, I really do feel like we're gonna get Willie Yuta to turn to the dark side with Claudio Impact and Moxley and Marina and them. And if that happens, that's gonna be very interesting for Danielson and to have pretty much nobody by his side. After this, we have our boys, the Outrunners. They're somewhere back there playing video games, and that's great, right? I think so. Now look, we also had our boys for Hispanic Heritage Month, or I think that's what they said, Hologram versus Beast Mortos. Lord have mercy, Beast Mortos. Oh my God, this is the man of my dreams. I just know it. I absolutely know it. Beast Mortos is going to be on AEW tomorrow with RJ City. He is sitting down. He got his mask on. He got his black shirt on. He got his jeans and his boots. And he's reading a book and he's doing all that growling and shit. I'm into it. I'm into it, Beast Mortos. Give me a call. This was actually a great match. I think like when this match came on and seeing the energy, that leave it to the luchadors to give that energy to wake everybody the fuck up. That's what that was. And I think it was in a really great spot in the middle of the show where it's just like, we didn't do our best the first half of the show. Let's see if we can pick some things up with this. I thought it was really great energy. Everybody had, oh wait, I forgot to say Jalisco was in the match. How could I forget? No, you know what? I could forget because Jalisco has not been on the damn show in how long, Tony Khan? And Jalisco been fine for the longest. They've been posting and everything, wondering when they're going to come back on TV, and we finally get them, and I thought they all looked really, really great in the match. However, Hologram is for the kids. So he's always going to take the win. And I just knew that no matter what was happening, even when it seemed like Jalisco was on top or Beast Mortos was on top, this whole thing was I don't know, something for Hologram to just be the winner, and they want you to see that he's the next big thing. And Hologram, we're still trying to figure out how old you are. But while we're trying to figure that out, I still feel like they need to do a lot more to make Hologram more interesting. He's a great wrestler, I think, and I think he's entertaining in terms of what he does in the ring. But we need personality. We need more than that, especially when wrestlers have a mask on. Hologram wins, and Jalisco and Beast Mortos is pushing and shoving each other, and I'm like, boys, don't fight over me. Well, actually, they weren't fighting over me. I wish they were, but anyway, Roosh, he comes out and he stopped them from getting into their little scuffle, and then he ends up kind of embracing both of them. And then they both went to go attack. Well, actually, not both. All three of them attacked Hologram because Hologram ran up because he knew what was up. He knew that they were going to put their hands on him, so he might as well try and do something first. And they ended up attacking him. And Hologram, you got a beat down. I can appreciate that. Now, while I'm over here rejoicing for what seems to be the new LFI, I don't know, we'll see. Chris Statlander back there doing a promo. No, not a promo, but like more of an interview with Lexi, and basically saying that she's destroying everybody. Whatever she was saying, I'm just gonna say this: that outfit, all I saw was just from like down to like, I don't know, the bottom of her chest, and I'm just like, cameraman, can you zoom back so we can see the whole outfit? Like, what is going on? This girl is so beautiful. She is so freaking beautiful, and then she always wear like amazing outfits. Some of them obviously I can't do it justice, but she always looks amazing. And honestly, I can't wait to see what happens. She did mention how despite her taking the win, everybody's still talking about the loser, which is Willow Nightingale. And I don't know, I want to see more when it comes to the women's division. Chris Statlander definitely has impressed me, since she's been back from her injury, and I would love to see much more from her. All right. MXM Collection, they come out there to do their, fashion show. And I'm just going to be real. It was a whole bunch of people with their faces, paper faces of either Mason or Mansoor, and then they're wearing different outfits that honestly I ain't really care for. And they had somebody in the ring who was supposed to have the jacket of Max Caster. Now that person is covered in like a black sheet or whatever, while the other models are coming down and towards the ring or whatever. And honestly, the fashions ain't fashioning. And for the main event of the fashion show, whatever you call it, I don't know, they end up unveiling the jacket that they bedazzled for Max Caster. And it's bedazzled, and they got a big cutout heart in the front. And I mean, I'm probably describing it to make it seem like it looks worse than what it was, but it wasn't that bad. Would I wear it? Absolutely not. Now, honestly, it was a whole bunch of foolishness, but it made me chuckle. Don't take it seriously, because if you do, you're not gonna like this shit. When they then wait. So then they told the model, whose name is Hans. Okay. Now I'm fucking it up a little bit. So before they unveiled the person, they said that the model name was Hans. What I thought I heard was Hobbs. And I said, what? Hobbs is wearing the jacket? I got so fucking hyped. Then they moved that black thing off of him, and I seen it was somebody else. I was like, Hobbs is big, black, and jacked. This is not big, black, or jacked. And I was just like, well, whatever. And so no Powerhouse Hobbs once again. So they start talking about Hans and all these things about how he looked good or whatever. And then Hans moved his arm, and I saw a tattoo, like a triangle or something. And I was like, where I seen that tattoo before? I seen this triangle looking tattoo before. And before I can even put my finger on it, here comes them going to touch tips with Hans. And then Hans end up grabbing their tips, just like Billy Gunn did a couple of weeks ago. And sure enough, it was daddy ass. And yeah, the Acclaim came out. They was all fighting. All the models was over there. All the models got beat up, whatever. You know what? Don't take this shit seriously. It's whatever. Let's not do this again unless we do it right. MXM Collection. Up next, Hangman Adam Page versus Jeff Jarrett. This is a lumberjack strap match. And we had some lumberjack. And I'm not going to lie, the lumberjacks made me feel a little underwhelmed. It was Satnam singing them, Bullet Club Gold. And I have to say, whatever it was, like them wearing the strap, what you call them, the overalls. I thought that was kind of cute. But Juice Robinson was looking just as dark as I look, with that tan. And he really was giving off that lumberjack look. And he looked absolutely silly. I don't know. Tony Storm got to be lucky to go home to a guy like that. He just seems like a really fun guy. And he's so silly. I actually really, really enjoy him. Oh yeah, and then Dark Order was there too, so whatever. So I didn't really care about who the lumberjacks were. And the match I thought was okay. To be honest, I was kind of expecting a little bit more out of them. And I was like, well, whatever happens here, hey man, better take the win. It was what it was. I think what made it a little bit more interesting was the lumberjacks getting involved. And it felt like while you had a story between Hangman and Jeff Jarrett, you also had something playing with Hangman and Juice. Now, when it really fucked up for me, when I really was just like, all right, I'm done. I don't care for this, was when Karen Jarrett got in the ring and shielded her husband. And Hangman was just like, should I just beat this bitch with a strap or what? And I was just like, you know what? Hit her. I don't care. Just hit her with the fucking strap. Now, obviously, all the lumberjacks, the referee, were just like, no, Hangman, don't hit her. Don't hit her. Don't hit a lady. And honestly, I will do it. Hangman, give me the strap. I will hit her. He obviously couldn't do that because Jay Lethal got in the way and stopped it all from happening. And at that point, I was over it. I was just like, just end this shit. Take me out of my misery and end this shit. Hangman ends up taking the win. But we got something going on with Juicy and Hangman. And long story short, 5th anniversary of Dynamite, which is on Wednesday. It's going to be Hangman versus Juice Robinson. And this I gotta see. All right, main event, and I'm not gonna lie. At this point, I was just like, can I be more disappointed? So, we had the what is this? What is this fucking title called? Once again, look, Okada. I love Okada. I really do, and I keep saying him being part of the elite. They're not gonna make me hate you, Okada. They're not gonna do it. But I will say this, that I understand in terms of storyline purposes and him being part of the elite, that he wouldn't be in the ring as often because they have, like, I don't know, like some privileges where they can just do that. However, something about it is just like, dang, it's just not feeling like the Okada that we had in New Japan. And I kind of miss that. I kind of feel like I'm not enjoying him in AEW right now. Now, he have a match with Sammy Guevara, and they've never been in a match before. This is an eliminator match. Sammy Guevara opened his big mouth the other day and said he want to be Sammy Two Belts, and he wanted to go against Okada in an eliminator match, and if he wins, he goes on to actually get a title shot for the Continental title. There we go, Continental title. And I thought that this was a great way to end off the show, beginning a match that we have not seen. Anybody who's been missing Okada in the ring and want to see him do something other than calling people bitch, this I thought was really great. And I was just like, all right, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. However, I kept thinking to myself that this is good, but not enough in a sense where it's just like, Sammy Guevara, I'll never forgive you for you and Dustin taking the title off of my boys, the Kingdom. But Sammy Guevara, he's really, really talented. And I just feel like he's always lost in the shuffle for a lot of reasons. Y'all already know what that's about. But Okada, though, Okada kind of feeling very mid-carder, very, I don't know, that aura that we got with Okada in New Japan, it feels different here in AEW. And for whatever reason, we just got to fix that up, because he feels like less of a big deal in comparison to someone like Will Ospreay, who they really spent all their time, money, and efforts on making him feel like the biggest deal in AEW right now, for real, for real. And I feel like we could do that for a lot of other wrestlers as well at the same motherfucking time, especially if we hold the title. Long story short, Sammy, bruv, maybe next time. Maybe next time you end up winning a chance to go for the Continental title. I did think that the crowd was tired as fuck, because obviously it's just like you sat through a whole thing of Grand Slam Dynamite, which honestly I didn't feel like was all that, and then you sitting through another taping of Collision, 2 other hours. I don't even know if they did Rampage. I don't know if they ended up doing Ring of Honor or anything else, but you can see the fatigue in the crowd. And honestly, to be honest, I don't think they were as entertained with this as well. So Tony Khan, I think next time, don't tape the Grand Slam Collision, do it live, and just, I don't know, have a better show. This could have been better, to be honest with y'all. Y'all already know the clips are on YouTube. If you want to go see it, go see it. But some of the stuff really, I don't think was worth it overall as a show. You're going to feel bored. At least I know I did. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. Hopefully the 5th anniversary of Dynamite will be much, much better.